As the third week of July 2025 begins, a time marked by remembrance, reflection, and quiet gratitude, we pause to honor lives that transcended boundaries. From pulpits and stadiums to stages, studios, classrooms, and council chambers, these individuals lit up their worlds in ways both seen and unseen. They came from different paths, spoke different truths, and yet shared a common thread: the courage to live fully, love deeply, and leave something lasting behind. Today, we remember not just names or achievements, but the spirit, dedication, and grace that shaped these remarkable lives. In their journeys, we find echoes of resilience, whispers of inspiration, and the silent strength that continues to guide those left behind. Let us reflect together on the legacy of those who now rest, but whose light endures. Roseanne Bentley was a trailblazer in Missouri politics, serving in the state Senate from 1995 to 2003. Throughout her career, she championed education, healthcare, and children's services, leaving a legacy of compassion and progress. Known for her integrity and ability to bridge divides, she showed that public service is about more than policy. It is about making lives better. Her work continues to benefit countless families across Missouri and beyond. Ronald T. Borchardt devoted his life to advancing pharmaceutical science. His groundbreaking research into drug delivery and absorption shaped modern medicine, paving the way for more effective treatments. As a mentor and educator, he inspired generations of scientists to pursue discovery with curiosity and care. His contributions have improved countless lives and will continue to influence medicine for years to come. Saul Elkin was a towering figure in American theater. As the founder of Shakespeare in Delaware Park, he brought the magic of Shakespeare's works to generations of audiences, fostering a love for the arts in his community. As an actor and director, his passion and commitment to storytelling illuminated stages across the country. Saul's vision turned a simple idea, theater in the park, into a beloved institution, proving that art thrives when shared with everyone. Robert W. Fuller lived a life of thought and action. As a physicist and co-founder of the Hunger Project, he combined intellectual rigor with moral courage, working to address global inequities and empower individuals. His writings on dignity and rankism sparked important conversations about respect and human rights. Fuller's multifaceted career reminds us that science and compassion can and must work hand in hand. Robert A. Funk's steady leadership helped guide America's banking sector through challenging times. As chairman of the Federal Reserve Bank of Kansas City, he prioritized fairness, stability, and growth, earning respect from colleagues and communities alike. His dedication to sound financial stewardship left an enduring imprint on economic policy and practice. Jeff Greer served with constituents in Kentucky with dedication and humility. A member of the Kentucky House of Representatives from 2007 to 2019, he focused on education, healthcare, and jobs, working tirelessly to improve lives in his district. Known for his accessibility and willingness to listen, Jeff embodied the spirit of a true public servant. Dale R. Her spring combined scholarship with service, offering deep insights into military and political affairs. His research into civil-military relations and foreign policy informed debates at the highest levels, shaping understanding in a rapidly changing world. His commitment to truth and thoughtful analysis made him a trusted voice in both academic and policy circles. Paul Janich's career in journalism was marked by integrity, innovation, and a belief in the power of the press to serve the public good. As an executive editor, he mentored countless young journalists and championed investigative reporting, helping keep communities informed and accountable. His passion for storytelling and commitment to journalistic excellence continue to inspire. Jack McAuliffe was a pioneer of the craft beer movement in the United States. As founder of New Albion Brewing Company in the 1970s, he laid the groundwork for what would become a vibrant, thriving industry. His vision of small-scale, high-quality brewing revolutionized American beer, inspiring countless others to follow in his footsteps. Jack's innovation and entrepreneurial spirit remain a cornerstone of the craft brewing community. Michael Patella dedicated his life to exploring and teaching the mysteries of faith. A respected theologian and educator, he wrote extensively on scripture, liturgy, and spirituality, helping countless students and readers deepen their understanding of faith and tradition. His ability to bridge scholarly rigor with accessible teaching enriched the lives of many. Alexander F. Schiltz served as president of the University of Houston downtown, where he championed education as a force for personal and societal transformation. His leadership expanded opportunities for students from all backgrounds, embodying his belief that education should empower and uplift. His vision helped shape the lives of thousands of graduates who carry his influence forward into the world. Bill Clay was a trailblazing figure in American politics and civil rights. Serving Missouri's 1st Congressional District for over 3 decades, Clay was among the first African Americans elected to Congress from Missouri, dedicating his career to social justice, labor rights, and education reform. A steadfast member of the Congressional Black Caucus, Clay fought tirelessly to elevate the voices of underserved communities, ensuring their concerns were heard on the national stage. His contributions to labor and civil rights legislation mark him as a champion of equity and fairness, and his enduring impact on American policy remains a guiding light for future leaders. Connie Francis was a luminous star of American pop music, whose voice captured the hearts of millions across generations. Rising to fame with chart-topping hits like Everybody's Somebody's Fool, Pretty Little Baby, and My Heart Has a Mind of Its Own, she became a global sensation during the late 1950s and 1960s. Known for her expressive voice and timeless melodies, Connie broke barriers as one of the first female solo artists to achieve international stardom. Her resilience through personal challenges only deepened the emotional resonance of her music, which continues to inspire singers around the world. Her passing marks the end of an era, but her songs will forever echo through time. Gary Carr transformed the perception of the double bass from a background instrument to a voice of solo brilliance. As one of the most celebrated virtuosos of his instrument, Carr's technical mastery and expressive playing brought the double bass to the concert stage in a way few had imagined. A tireless educator and advocate, he founded the International Society of Bassists, ISB, creating a lasting community for performers, students, and enthusiasts. Through his recordings, concerts, and teachings, Gary Carr redefined what was possible for his instrument and touched the lives of countless musicians worldwide. His legacy resonates with deep, sonorous beauty. Andrew Schwartz was a trusted voice in journalism and a vital bridge between policy and the public. As Chief Communications Officer at the Center for Strategic and International Studies, SIZE, Schwartz shaped how complex global issues were communicated to everyday audiences. A seasoned journalist and strategic thinker, he used clarity, integrity, and insight to illuminate matters of national and international importance. His work helped foster public understanding of foreign policy, security, and governance in turbulent times. Andrew's passing leaves a profound void in the world of informed discourse, but his contributions will continue to influence how stories are told and understood. Andrew Saint was one of Britain's foremost architectural historians, whose scholarship illuminated the social, cultural, and historical significance of the built environment. A former general editor of the Survey of London and a respected author, Saint's meticulous research and eloquent writings brought new depth to the understanding of British architecture, from public housing to grand institutions. His work not only chronicled the evolution of cities, but also emphasized architecture's role in shaping lives and communities. With a career marked by intellectual rigor and profound curiosity, Andrew Saint leaves behind a legacy of scholarship that will continue to guide students, architects, and historians alike. Alan Bergman was one of the most celebrated lyricists in American music history. Alongside his wife Marilyn, he penned timeless classics like The Way We Were, You Don't Bring Me Flowers, and many others that became part of the very fabric of American culture. A 3-time Oscar winner, his words gave voice to deep emotions and unforgettable stories, shaping the golden age of film music. With elegant simplicity and heartfelt depth, his lyrics captured what it meant to love, to dream, and to remember. Alan's passing marks the end of the lyrical era, but his songs will forever echo through generations. Brian Brayman was a force on the football field, known for his relentless energy and standout play as a linebacker and special teams ace for Houston Texans and Philadelphia Eagles. Fierce and fearless, Brayman brought intensity to every game and heart to every locker room. Off the field, he was admired for his resilience and fighting spirit, especially in his battle against cancer. Though his life was tragically cut short, Brian's legacy lives on in the memories of fans, teammates, and loved ones who were inspired by his determination and courage. Skip Brittenham was a legal powerhouse in Hollywood and a trusted advisor to some of the entertainment industry's biggest names. Known for his strategic brilliance and deep understanding of both law and media, Brittenham helped shape major deals and careers with integrity and vision beyond his legal acumen. He was also a philanthropist and a mentor, helping others navigate not only contracts but life's complexities. His calm presence and sharp mind left a mark on the entertainment world that will endure far beyond the boardroom. Jake Larson, affectionately known as Papa Jake, was one of the last living heroes of World War II and a beloved internet icon. A D-Day veteran and survivor, Jake shared his incredible life story with younger generations through social media, capturing hearts worldwide with humor, humility, and honor. His TikTok channel became a beacon of remembrance and joy, bridging generations with stories of service and resilience. Jake's unwavering patriotism and uplifting presence made him a symbol of bravery and human connection in both wartime and peace. Robbie Pardlow was the soulful voice behind City High, the group that brought us unforgettable hits like What Would You Do? And Caramel. His voice carried truth, vulnerability, and raw talent, capturing the struggles and dreams of a generation. A gifted songwriter, Robbie channeled real-life experiences into meaningful music that resonated deeply with fans around the world. Though his life ended too soon, his voice will continue to speak for those who face hardship, love, and redemption. Mary Shields broke barriers as the first woman to finish the legendary Iditarod sled dog race in 1974. A pioneer of the trail and of women's sports, her journey to the frozen wilderness of Alaska became a symbol of determination and spirit. More than a musher, Mary was a storyteller, dog lover, and trailblazer who inspired countless others to chase their dreams regardless of the obstacles. Her legacy is one of grit, grace, and an unbreakable bond with the natural world. Wynn Davies was a commanding presence on the football pitch, known for his powerful headers and tenacious play with teams like Newcastle United and Bolton Wanderers. Representing Wales at the international level, he became a national icon whose skill and spirit thrilled fans across Britain. Wynn's dedication to the game and his towering presence earned him respect on and off the field. His contribution to football will be remembered every time his name is spoken by those who cheered him on. Tommy Gallagher was a steadfast voice for peace, progress, and unity in Northern Ireland. Serving as an MLA from 1998 to 2011, he played a critical role during a transformative period in the region's history. His advocacy for education, equality, and community development left a lasting impact on the people he served. Known for his calm demeanor and principled leadership, Tommy Gallagher's legacy is woven into the story of a nation striving for hope and healing. Born in Iran and rising to prominence in the United Kingdom, Baron David Alliance was a visionary entrepreneur and a noble statesman. As the driving force behind one of Britain's largest textile conglomerates, he transformed industries and fostered innovation. His elevation to the House of Lords in 2004 marked his influence in shaping social policy and economic progress. Baron Alliance's story was one of resilience, immigrant triumph, and dedication to both commerce and community. His voice in Parliament and presence in boardrooms will be deeply missed. Sir Roger Norrington revolutionized classical music with his historical performance style, bringing authenticity and clarity to Baroque and classical masterpieces. Leading ensembles like the London Classical Players and Camerata Salzburg, his interpretations were daring, precise, and emotionally stirring. A true pioneer, he challenged traditions and redefined orchestral expression for modern audiences. With his baton, he didn't just conduct music, he breathed life into history. The concert halls of the world now echo with remembrance of his brilliance. Joseph Costello dedicated his life to public service, most recently as a respected member of the Florida House of Representatives. Known for his compassion and hands-on leadership, he worked tirelessly on behalf of working families, veterans, and local communities. His sudden passing from a heart attack has left a deep void in the hearts of his constituents and colleagues. Costello's legacy is one of steadfast service and unwavering care for the people he represented. Helen Cornelius brought grace and soul to country music, rising to fame with her chart-topping duets alongside Jim Ed Brown, including the beloved I Don't Want to Have to Marry You. She sang with sincerity that touched countless hearts. Helen's voice was sweet and powerful, her lyrics laced with truth and tenderness. She was more than a singer. She was a storyteller whose melodies will continue to comfort and uplift. Her music remains a cherished echo of the American heartland. Edwin Foylner was a defining figure in American conservative thought and the founding president of the Heritage Foundation. Under his leadership, the organization shaped national policy and became a cornerstone of political strategy. A scholar and strategist, Foylner championed ideas of limited government, free markets, and strong national defense. His intellectual rigor and vision left a profound impact on American political discourse. Today, we honor his mind and his mission. Hal Galper was a master of modern jazz, known for his fearless improvisation and distinctive rhythmic phrasing. Performing alongside legends like Chet Baker, Cannonball Adderley, and Phil Woods, Galper carved out a space all his own in the jazz world. His compositions pushed boundaries, while his playing remained deeply soulful. A dedicated educator and innovator, Galper inspired generations of musicians to find their own voices. His piano is silent now, but his influence resonates in every note still played in his spirit. Jimmy Hunt captured hearts as a child star in films like Invaders from Mars and Cheaper by the Dozen, becoming one of the beloved faces of 1950 cinema. With his boyish charm and expressive eyes, he brought innocence and wonder to the silver screen. Though he later stepped away from the limelight, his early work remains etched in film history. Complications from a heart attack have taken him, but his on-screen presence remains forever young. Robert M. Stein was a respected voice in political science, particularly known for his research on voting behavior and local governance. As a professor and author, he influenced the way policymakers and citizens alike understood democracy and electoral systems. His work was rooted in data, but his mission was always to serve the public good. Through scholarship and teaching, Stein helped illuminate the mechanics of our civic life. His legacy is felt wherever informed democracy thrives. Graylin Warner was a fierce competitor on the basketball court, remembered especially for his collegiate career with the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns. His athleticism and determination earned him admiration both on and off the court. After his playing days, Warner remained a mentor and community figure, advocating for health and education. His battle with prostate cancer was fought with courage and grace. Graylin's memory lives on in every life he lifted through sports and service. Kenneth Washington broke barriers in American television, most notably with roles in Hogan's Heroes, Adam, 12, and Westworld. At a time when black actors were fighting for visibility and respect, Washington stood tall with talent, dignity, and quiet strength. He brought depth to every role, helping pave the way for future generations in Hollywood. His legacy extends beyond the screen, a testament to perseverance and powerful storytelling. Rex White was a giant of NASCAR's golden era, Crown Cup Series champion in 1960, and inducted into the NASCAR Hall of Fame. Known for his precise driving and mechanical savvy, White dominated short tracks and became one of the sport's most consistent winners. Despite his small stature, he was a giant behind the wheel, earning fans respect through grit and grace. Rex's name is etched in the annals of motorsport history, a true racing legend. Charles Augins brought movement to life on stage and screen, blending charisma with profound artistic talent. His choreography for productions like Red Dwarf, Labyrinth, and Five Guys Named Mo electrified audiences and redefined performance. As a dancer, teacher, and visionary, Augins shaped countless careers and carried the rhythm of his roots into every step. His artistry lives on through performances he helped create and the dancers he inspired. Dr. David Bennerin merged medicine with innovation, becoming a trailblazer in digital health and wearable technology. A physician and academic at Stanford, he championed a new era where data, AI, and compassion meet. His work at companies like Alive COR and Jawbone redefined how we understand and monitor health. Bennerin's vision empowered millions to live better, healthier lives. He was more than a scientist. He was a healer in the age of technology. Jeff Bitt Tiger stood tall on the mound for the White Sox, Phillies, and Twins. A resilient pitcher with a deep love for the game. He played with heart and integrity, both in the majors and the minors, battling cancer later in life. Jeff remained a symbol of strength and perseverance. His story is one of dedication, family, and the timeless beauty of baseball, one pitch at a time. Uvalde Lindsay devoted decades of public service in Arkansas, serving in both the House and Senate with honesty and diligence. A Vietnam War veteran and a voice for Veterans Affairs and public welfare, Lindsay stood for principles that mattered. His leadership was quiet but impactful, marked by humility, wisdom, and a love for his community. His legacy is etched in policy and the lives he touched. Joanna Macy was a towering presence in environmental activism, systems thinking, and Buddhist philosophy. Her teachings on the work that reconnects inspired a global movement toward ecological awareness and inner transformation. With a blend of science, spirituality, and action, she offered humanity a path toward healing and hope. Her words and wisdom remain a guiding light for generations seeking balance with the earth. As a member of Danny and the Juniors, Frank Maffei gave voice to the rock and roll era, capturing youthful energy in timeless hits like At the Hop. His music was a soundtrack of innocence and rebellion, of high school dances and sock hops. Frank's harmonies carried joy across decades, and his presence on stage was magnetic. He reminded us that music can be forever young. Matthew Patrick served in the Massachusetts House of Representatives from 2001 to 2011, advocating for renewable energy, education, and economic fairness. Even as he battled cancer, his commitment to the public never waned. He was known for listening deeply, speaking with purpose, and standing for the voiceless. His life was a model of principled service and enduring empathy. Ross Rowland was the steam behind America's railway revival, a passionate preservationist. He championed steam locomotives and heritage trains, reminding the country of its industrial heart. Through excursions like the American Freedom Train, he united history, patriotism, and adventure. Even while facing cancer, his drive to protect the past never wavered. He leaves behind a legacy of iron, fire, and wonder. Raymond Saunders pushed the boundaries of American art, blending abstraction, collage, and commentary into works that challenged and enlightened. His art addressed race, politics, and beauty with bold honesty and layered textures. Refusing to be confined by labels, Saunders championed freedom of expression and thought. His canvases spoke loud and will continue to speak to those willing to look and listen. Coach Joe Vigil was a legend in American athletics, building champions and character alike. At Adams State, his teams won multiple national titles, and his philosophy of excellence through love changed lives. He coached Olympians, but more importantly, he mentored humans with empathy, discipline, and passion. His legacy runs deep in the heart of every athlete who ever laced up their shoes under his watchful eye. Hal Hobson was a towering figure in American church music, composing over 1,500 sacred works that continue to resonate in sanctuaries around the world. His hymns and choral pieces bridge tradition and innovation, offering congregations music rich in beauty, theology, and emotional depth. A true servant of sound, Hobson believed music was a vessel of worship, and through his compositions, he led generations in reverent praise. His legacy sings on in choirs large and small. Donald Soffer reshaped the Florida coastline with ambition, foresight, and unshakable resolve. As the mastermind behind the development of Aventura, he transformed Swampland into a vibrant urban hub, blending luxury, commerce, and community. His vision extended beyond buildings. It was about creating spaces where people could thrive. A philanthropist and entrepreneur, Soffer's influence stretched far beyond real estate. He built not just cities, but dreams. Tom Troop brought gravitas, charm, and depth to performances across film, television, and theater. With roles in Kelly's Heroes, My Own Private Idaho, and The Devil's Brigade, he earned admiration for his versatility and subtle power. A lifelong artist and a mentor to many, Troop shared his craft with integrity and humility. His long and luminous career was a testament to dedication and the quiet force of great storytelling. Malcolm Jamal Warner burst into hearts as Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show, later proving his range in Malcolm and Eddie, The Resident, and beyond. But his artistry didn't stop at the screen. He was also a gifted musician and spoken word poet, winning a Grammy in 2015. Known for his intellect, passion, and advocacy, Warner uplifted others through creativity and courage. His tragic passing by drowning shocked the world, cutting short a life still blooming with purpose and artistry. His voice, honest and soulful, will never be forgotten. A dedicated statesman and voice of rural America, Bruce Anderson's life was one of quiet strength and unwavering commitment. Representing Minnesota for decades, he served in both the House and Senate, becoming a pillar in his community. He championed veterans' rights, upheld conservative principles, and always remained approachable to the people he served. Bruce wasn't interested in flashy politics. He believed in steady, principled leadership. His gentle presence and resolute character left an indelible mark on Minnesota's political landscape. To his constituents, he was more than a politician. He was a neighbor, a friend, and a servant leader, a courtroom icon and fierce defender of constitutional rights. Roy Black's name was etched into the annals of American law. Known for his calm demeanor and surgical cross-examinations, he handled some of the nation's most high-profile cases with class and precision. But beyond the headlines, Roy was deeply committed to legal education, mentoring young attorneys and advocating for fairness in the system. To many, he embodied what it meant to be a true defense attorney, principled, prepared, and powerful. His voice, once booming in packed courtrooms, now echoes in legal textbooks and in the hearts of those who learned from him. Thomas Durkin didn't shy away from the controversial. In fact, he ran toward it, defending the unpopular, questioning the system, and demanding justice. His career was shaped by courage, not comfort. Whether taking on national security cases or challenging civil rights violations, Durkin remained fearless in the face of political tides. He stood firm in courtrooms that saw conformity and reminded the legal world that rights are not conditional. A mentor, a radical thinker, and a believer in fairness, Thomas Durkin leaves behind a legacy as one of America's most fearless advocates. A civil rights warrior, James Ferguson lived a life defined by justice and equality. Best known for defending the Wilmington 10, he used his legal acumen as a weapon against racism and oppression, but his influence went far beyond one case. He worked tirelessly to ensure the justice system served all people, regardless of race or class. To Ferguson, law wasn't just a profession, it was a calling. His courtroom work inspired generations of black lawyers, activists, and community leaders. Ferguson walked in the footsteps of giants and became one himself. Over a century of life, Jane Kessler changed how we understand children, their minds, and their emotional needs. Her research in developmental psychology helped redefine therapeutic practices for young people around the world. But her greatest gift wasn't just her intellect, it was her empathy. Dr. Kessler had a way of listening deeply, understanding pain, and offering insight with a gentle voice and wise heart. She mentored students into thoughtful practitioners and shaped entire institutions with her vision. Even at 104, she was still a source of curiosity and calm. In her quiet way, she helped generations feel seen. Through stories, Rose Goldenberg gave voice to the silenced. Her writing, powerful, raw, and deeply feminist, shattered boundaries in television and theater. The Burning Bed, one of her most celebrated works, dared to confront domestic violence at a time when few would speak its name. Rose believed in the power of words to heal and to expose. Her scripts opened eyes and stirred conversations, and her influence helped reshape how women were represented on screen. She wasn't just a writer, she was a truth-teller, brave and bold, leaving behind a body of work that still stings, still teaches, and still liberates. A physician, ethicist, educator, and national leader, Sir Kenneth Cowman stood at the intersection of science and humanity. As chief medical officer for both Scotland and England, he guided public health through complex challenges, always with grace and intellect. But beyond policy, Cowman was a deeply thoughtful man, one who sought balance between care and ethics, knowledge and empathy. As Chancellor of the University of Glasgow, he mentored countless students, embodying what it means to lead with wisdom. His life was dedicated to healing, not just of bodies, but of institutions and minds. His contributions will shape medicine and education for decades to come. Under the name Liquid, Eamon Downs changed the sound of a generation. His track, Sweet Harmony, was more than a hit. It was a feeling. It captured the spirit of early 90s rave culture, unity, energy, and freedom. Eamon wasn't just a DJ. He was a connector, a messenger through music. His beats brought strangers together on dark dance floors and brightened the world with joy and pulse. Even outside the spotlight, his work influenced artists and producers across genres. His sound lives on, in speakers and memories in every dance we take. Master of sound and spirit, John Palmer played with raw edge and lyrical soul. As part of psychedelic bands like Family and Blossom Toes, he helped capture the restless creativity of the 60s and 70s. But John was more than a musician. He was a seeker. His music challenged conformity and invited listeners into deeper realms of feeling and imagination. Whether on stage or in studio, Palmer's presence was magnetic, his artistry bold. He helped build a soundtrack for rebellion, love, and thought. His chords still echo in the hearts of those who dared to dream differently. With a voice that soared and a presence that humbled, David Rendell graced the world's greatest stages. From London to New York, his tenor brought life to characters in Verdi and Puccini, moving audiences to tears. He was technically brilliant, yes, but it was his emotional honesty that made him unforgettable. Off stage, he was soft-spoken and generous. Today, offering young singers we remember and honor a powerful constellation David's of lives. Performances were moments of legacy woven through faith. He showed us how the human voice, service, at its most storytelling and leadership can become from divine. Sacred altars to global arenas. But his typewriters linger in the soul. These men of elegance, hearts, allure, and shape minds, and built bridges across time and culture. In the golden age of glamour, fighters, visionaries, one of the most photographed women of her era. Some made us cheer. She rose from mothers, made us a lasting impact. Many quietly made the world better. But June was not just a face. Never be forgotten. She was a force. As we reflect on their stories, wit, humor, and we carry forward their courage, she captured hearts on and off screen. Their chapters may close. She embraced the light, iconic spark still burns in the lives, inspiring younger generations of women to own their power. And may their legacies remind us all walked through the spotlight with dignity and honor the time forever etched into frame of cinematic history.